Talk of the Town at 100.7 FM WUTQ. It's Dave, Jay, and Sam back with you. And Tim Reed, the president, the major domo of the Boilermaker road racing with us. Tim, how are you?
Good. Chief cook and bottle washer.
You do it all.
Do it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome, and thanks for joining us sort of on short notice. I know Sam and I were talking about, along with Jay, the big deal with West Utica and the quote-unquote food desert issues that they suffer from in that area because of the lack of walkability and the lack of stores and services and things like that.
Exactly.
You have a plan to help fix that.
Right. So, I believed a lot of times if I'm picking up garbage that actually the number one food group in West Utica was Slim Jims because it seems that's all I ran into. And I just thought that really we were classically in what's called a food desert, which is where you're a couple miles away from any normal stores. And, we're in a neighborhood now. I mean, before when we were on Genesee Street, that wasn't a neighborhood. And now, we feel kind of to be advocates in regards to the folks that are around us in regards to it and thinking about, a farmer's market. There's virtually nothing right now in West Utica and see if we can pull it off.
Yep, and with the farmers market, how extensive would that be? And
well, so this year, if we can get it done, we're hoping to start it in the middle of September. I said what we need to deal with are forms and farmers. So we've got to get all the forms done with New York State and whatever it is, and to get the farmers. We want to get it started the middle of September and hopefully run it through the end of October on Thursdays.
All right. Now, this will be Thursdays only.
Thursdays only, hopefully from noon to 6. One of the issues we're just having now is because we're so late in the season and so many farmers have already committed to other markets. So there's a market in East Utica. There's a market in Oneida, in the train station. There's a market in Clinton. There's a market in Whitesboro. There's a market in Rome. So the farmers can only do so much, and hopefully if we can get at least a few to be able to commit to it, we're going to kind of call it success for this year. But our real plan is for next year. All
right, then. So you're contacting farmers as we speak.
Contacting farmers as we speak, and if they are interested in regards to being a part of it, if you've got farmers listening and they're looking, they want to make some money on Thursday, reach out to me at the Boilermaker office, and we'd love to talk to them.
All right. Now, this issue of a food desert in West Utica is multifaceted. We talked about the fact not only do they lack services and stores and things like that for purchases, but also the walkability isn't great. They did that walkability scale where I think they test communities on a scale of 0 to 100, and it didn't test very well there.
Well, that's true. That one of the things is one of the big issues, the challenges we have are transportation. I mean, if you think about it, people that, for example, that go to the Union Station, I mean, very few people live around Union Station. They all drive there. The people that we want to reach are people that walk here, that come around the neighborhood in regards to it and have access for the first time to be able to get nutritious food. And really what our plan is that if the Boilermaker is indeed a change agent for health and wellness, and that really has always been my vision is, so next year let's talk about, after we're done with this, so you've sold them this stuff. Okay, what the heck do you do with it, right? So let's teach in regards to how to cook things and whatever it is, which is a little bit different than a traditional farmer's market that you deal with. We really want to deal with also that nutritional component.
Tim Reed, the president of the Boilermaker, joining us on the Talk of the Town at 100.7 FM WUTQ. It's 8:49 right now. As for other plans with regard to the Boilermaker, are you already deep into plans for 2016?
Yes, we are. So I've got to, what happens is our budget has to be laid out in the next month or so in regards to it. And, I was laughing. I was just talking to somebody about it, that we were just kind of looking at our numbers. So the first race that took place in 1978 was started with $750 check. This year, in order to be able to pull this race off, we spent $750,000.
Wow.
So either I'm not really very efficient, or a lot of things have changed. So it is amazing. We're into that. We're going to be making an announcement next week in regards to the Boilermaker Kids Run we're going to be doing in October with the tagline, "We're getting fit isn't scary." Great. Excited about that. That's going to be our third annual one for that, so I'm excited. So, yeah, I mean, it never seems to end. I don't know. It's my ADD self, I guess.
And are you running? Are you busy running now? How much do you actually run yourself?
So, running has been a cruel mistress for me. So I started running when I was 14. I do a tremendous amount of walking now. My youngest son gave me a Fitbit, so it always lays a guilt trip on me if I don't at least get my 10,000 steps in,
right,
and whatever. So I really try to always get it done. And actually I use it as a tool to walk around the neighborhood in regards to it. I'm getting nodding acquaintance with a lot of our neighbors in West Utica, so it's all good.
All right, and then with the announcement that Governor Cuomo made recently about the nanotech and the jobs coming to the area, that will I would assume that would help your organization as well and help it to grow.
Absolutely, and I think it really leads back to what you're talking about in regards to the walkability issue. You know, we've got to become a 21st century community, and a 21st century community is going to be dealing with how do we deal with things like bike paths, walking paths, running paths, all those sorts of things. Because the nano people are a completely different group of folks than traditionally we've seen, and they're the ones that are going to embrace it. So, you know, somehow we've got to move from the 19th century to the 21st century with a lot of this infrastructure issues that we have to deal with. And, you know, we're more than happy in regards to be right in the middle of it.
All right. Well, Tim, thanks for coming in on, again, short notice and telling us about these plans to help out West Utica in particular and, you know, your plans in general for
Love
the
it.
Boilermaker.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for getting the big microphone for a couple minutes.
Sure. It's 8:52 on the Talk of the Town at 100.7 FM WUTQ.